Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 11th day of February 2025. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. Hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are doing their best to save lives. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage like people just did in front of my house this morning. Keep our places clean and disease-free. And those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are doing their best to help try to deliver and recover the teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography and child pornography, human trafficking, sex slavery, prostitution, and child prostitution. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those that make money from these things. And double curses on all the perverts that create the demand that cause these evils to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, veterans, senior citizens, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's going to be a basketball game tonight out in Indiana, in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Indiana Pacers are taking on the New York Knicks. The Knicks enter tonight third in the East. They got a 4.5 game lead on Indiana, as a matter of fact. And then Milwaukee's about probably 6 games behind the Knicks. So the Knicks are comfortably in the third spot right now. It's a good spot to be in while they're still figuring it out. And I want to really try my best. It's an almost impossible task, but I'm trying my best to talk some sense to some of y'all that come on my channel. Every loss is not the end of the world. Y'all still don't get that. And every win doesn't mean they're going to go undefeated. What you must understand, you quick, short-term, short-sighted reactionaries, what you must understand is the Knicks are not a finished product. Right now, we're in February. We're approaching the All-Star break. This is pre-All-Star break February. You want to be concerned in April. That's when the Knicks are going to be what they are for this year. And again, that's not even a finished product because you got a team right now where the Knicks, these guys are new to playing with each other, number one. And then the roster is filled with guys that are approaching their prime. So, or not yet in their prime. So you got guys like, let's say Deuce. Deuce is 24. Precious is 25. Mitchell Robinson is 26. OG Anunoby is 27. Landry Shamet is 27. Mikal Bridges is 28. Jalen Brunson is 28. Josh Hart is 29. Karl Anthony Towns is 29. Cameron Payne is 30. So the oldest guy of all the guys I just named is Cameron Payne. He's 30. So this team and the contracts that they're under. So you gotta re-up Bridges. You gotta get him re-up this year, and I have no doubt they're gonna do that. We like to re-up Precious Achiuwa as well. Mitchell Robinson has one more year after this year left on his contract at about $13 million. I hope they re-sign him and keep him on Mob Deep. All y'all pining for the NBA 2K starter to have him next to Karl Anthony Towns, whatever. Long term, you want to win? Long term sustainable winning? Keep Mitch Robinson Mob Deep. You can play him in sets with Karl Anthony Towns. Do not start him and do not play him more than 30 minutes in the basketball game. And you will have him for 72 games a year, and you will have him to make a deep playoff run, which is what's more important than your NBA 2K fantasy leagues. To me, anyway. Long-term sustainable winning is the game here. So now, what you're going to have is McBride is due for a contract extension this 2025 in December, okay? I hope they extend Mitch Rob. He can get pretty much the same thing. Give him enough. Right now, with the new deal that's out there, the new CBA and the new money that's coming from television, right now, $100 million is not what it was before. So I think it's very reasonable. Matter of fact, the mid-level exceptions around 12 million, right? The max, right? So Mitch Rob is probably good for another 4 years, 60 million, and you got him coming off your bench. I think we should do that. And then you got Miles McBride. He's good for 4 years, 60 million. I think coming December. We got him at a ridiculously cheap price at 4.7 million this year. So with these guys, you got, and then of course we know OG is locked up. Brunson is locked up. Josh Hart, if he's not locked up, he's going to be. Karl Anthony Towns is locked up for 3 more years at least. So you got the core of your team ready to stay together for at least 3 more years. So with that in mind, this group just being together is going to get better. Okay? So this is not a finished product. I still am holding out my hope as a Knicks fan that they could go all the way this year. They could at least reach the ECF. I'm not going to be one of these people trying to call themselves real and smart and come with negativity. Do not do that on my channel with the expectation I'm supposed to listen to that diarrhea, because I got another expectation for you, and you're not going to like it. But for my Knicks right now, we know this is not a finished product. This is still February. They still got time to develop. Let me explain something to you. The Boston Celtics are a finished product. What you see is what they are. That's the best they are. And they are really daggone good, as they showed us last weekend. But that's okay. We got room for upside. And we still coming. And I love what Jalen Brunson said when they talked to him about the upcoming game against Indiana. He said, what you want me to do? Just, whine about last Saturday? You got to move forward. Some of y'all need to listen to him. We need to move forward. We got a game tonight. We got to regroup. We got to get this together. I love that. That's what I'm saying. When they got Jalen Brunson, I knew he was a leader. I didn't know he was going to be this good, but he is. So we got a guy that's really good. He's a leader. He's a real deal leader, and you don't want to bet against him because he's one of them cats you can pile up on him and he's going to come out the pile. Okay? You can pile up on him and he's going to come out. So I like having this guy on our team. And I think a couple of y'all mentioned, and I did see it, I have to admit, Precious Achiuwa looked a little shook against Boston. He looked a little shook. But Precious Achiuwa, as the general rule, is not going to stay shook. You should know that, from just the time we've had him here. Some of y'all can't remember past last game to understand what we got, but we got one here. So I'm expecting him to come back strong today. I don't know if Tibbs is going to start Deuce tonight or Precious, or if OG is going to play, because OG is questionable. And now we realize what he's got is a sprained toe. Really, he needs to sit. And I think most of us agree. We think he needs to sit. But what I want everybody to understand before y'all start tripping, and some of y'all Tom Thibodeau haters, please stay away from my channel. This channel is Tibbs Hive. Tibbs will ask OG. First, they talk to medical, and medical says it's just a strain. Then they're going to find out, can he do further damage on it by playing? Then Tibbs will leave it to OG. If the medical say he could play if he want to, Tibbs say, OG, you want to play? And if OG says, I'm ready to go, he's out there. Okay? So I don't want you saying Tibbs should have shot. I don't want all of that crap, that high school coach type crap coming from y'all today. So I don't know if OG's going to play, but I will tell you, it's going to be up to OG. I hope he sits, okay? I hope he sits, and that's fine but of course, Tibbs will let him play if he say he's gonna play, and the reason is defense. See, I know Tibbs said he wanted to open up the shooting with Deuce, open up shooting for Gato when he put Deuce in to start the second half, but what I saw was Deuce put the clamps on Jaylen Brown. Bad enough we had Tatum going berserk on Mikal Bridges. We didn't want Jaylen Brown adding to it, and Deuce made sure that didn't happen. So what I learned from last Saturday night is Deuce McBride can guard Jalen Brunson. That's very big. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight in terms of who he's going to start at that 5th spot. If OG decides to play, then OG obviously is going to start. But if OG sits tonight, which I hope he does, I'm not sure if Tibbs is going to go with a big lineup with Precious, or is he going to start Deuce? Because Indiana starts Halliburton, Hart, Mathurin, Siakam, and it's raining men Miles, it's raining men Turner. What we don't want is we don't want him to be raining threes on us because he knows he could do that. We know he could do that. He's done it to us before. So That's going to be the starting line. Then they got T.J. McConnell, who is the Deuce Kryptonite, Ben Shepherd, Aaron Nesmith, Obi Toppin. Wonder what I consider the top benches as a group in the NBA right there. One of the top benches as a group in the NBA. So I don't know what Tibbs is going to do. I don't know if he wants to start Deuce and have Deuce probably have Deuce guard Nimhart or Benedict Mathurin, because, Brunson's got to be on somebody. I don't know who they'll put Brunson on. Usually Brunson is on whoever is standing on the perimeter. That guy that stands looking for the open three, that's who usually Brunson's going to be guarding. I don't know who it is in this lineup. But the guys that are going to try to break the paint, break the shell, as Tom Thibodeau talks about, the shell. The guys trying to break the shell and get into the paint, you want Deuce McBride and Mikal Bridges guarding those guys. Keep them out, okay? So I don't know which one of those guys are going to start, if it's Precious or Deuce, but both of them are going to play heavy minutes today. I can tell you that right now. And I like the heavy minutes for Precious, because Precious usually produces with heavy minutes. He didn't have a good game last Saturday night, but who did? So whatever. So Josh Hart is probable with his knee. OG is questionable. Daddy A is out with the toe. Daddy A need to sit and learn from the grown men anyway. And we know that Mitchell Robinson has already been told. We already been told by Shams he's going to be back before March 1st, which means I'm expecting to see this tall brother back block nest for February 23rd against the same green Celtics. So let's see what we got. But I just want to stress to y'all, I don't want to hear all of this so-called realistic garbage, your truth, your claim it is, negativity about the Knicks. This is February. We still developing. We still coming forward. And they're going to be held to pay, because we still got Mitch Rob coming back to the lineup. And I want him on the second unit with Mobb Deep, because that's going to cause havoc for everybody that got a second unit. See, y'all talk about Tiz, but no team wants to play their starters 48 minutes, even in the playoffs. That's why you get 7 and 8 man rotations in the playoffs. But when you got to bring in that 6th, 7th, and 8th guy, and you got to, and those guys got to play against Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achiuwa, and Deuce McBride, we're going to have an advantage in that scenario. And that's what we're talking about. And it's going to be on the defensive end of the floor and on the boards. That's what we need. Okay? So I'm looking forward to that still. But for now, whether OG plays or OG don't play, there's business to be handled in Indiana. The thing about the Knicks right now is this is the thing. On the road this year, they're 16-8 on the road. I mean, I don't care what. That's a daggone good record. That's a really good road record. 16-8 on the road. The Knicks are 16-8 on the road. And where are they at home? The Knicks are 18-10 at home. So they got a better, I think I want to say the road record is actually better than the home record. So they're doing real good this year. The Knicks are doing real good this year. And they started off the year with a lot of road games, as you recall. So, and they had a lot of home games in January, which they went 9-6. So they're 16-8 on the road. We go on the road today to play Indiana. I think, they're going to put a much better competition today than they did Saturday night. I'm expecting them to. Let's get some business done. Jalen Brunson's the head of the snake. I think he's going to be determined to do some business today. Not that he never is before, but I'm expecting to be a little bit more effective and smart. And so Indiana's always tough. We remember they spanked us in the playoffs last year in 7 games, and we had the home court. I hate Indiana. Love Obi Toppin. Hate Indiana. Especially that big mouth behind Halliburton. Let's shut his behind up today. Y'all enjoy the game. We'll talk about it. Shalom.